It doesn't take a keen eye to notice Mario Kart World is going all in on outfits and costumes, with tons already being revealed and undoubtedly many more to come. So I thought it'd be fun if we helped Nintendo a little and would come up with some fun costume ideas for the roster as we currently know it, which already gives us more than enough characters to work with. Many of the outfits we've seen so far are more topical clothes you might wear in real life, with quite a decent selection hailing from Thor, so I want to focus a little more on outfits and costumes that reference past Mario games. We have already seen a few of those in the footage for Mario Kart World so far, like Mario's Sunshine outfit, Captain Toad, and a Yoshi costume that resembles Boshi a bit too much to be a coincidence, even if it isn't a perfect match. Simply put, I want more of those, so I began creating a list and before I knew it, I had more than 100. Good thing this game has the entire Switch 2 lifespan to get support, I guess. Let's start our count simple by ticking off every single costume I would like to see return from either Thor or A Deluxe, again based on them actually referencing something. I want Vampire Waluigi as much as the next guy, but if we would include ideas like that, this video could be 5 hours long. So, from Thor and A Deluxe, let's keep Builder Mario, Luigi, Toad and Toadette, Penguin Mario, Luigi and Toad, Ice Mario Galaxy Style, Dr. Mario, Peach, Bowser and Luigi, Metal Mario, Gold Mario, Tanuki Mario and Rosalina, Kitsune Luigi, Cat Mario, Luigi, Peach, Rosalina and Toad, Peachette, Fire Rosalina, Explorer Toadette, Musician Mario, Classic Mario and Luigi, Wedding Peach, Tuxedo Mario, Satellaview Mario, Golf Mario and Luigi, Pit Stop Toad, Astronaut Toad, Luigi's Mansion King Boo, Dry Bowser, Meowser, Explorer Shy Guy, Fire Bro, Ice Bro, Boomerang Bro, every single outfit here that hails from Mario Odyssey, and finally, yes, even Pink Gold Peach. So that's a lot already covered, but most of it is very basic, so this simply just saves us some time for costumes that are more out there. There are a few more outfits related to these though that we really need to see. I feel like Fire Mario is a must. No clue why Rosalina was the only fire alt ever added to Thor. And we definitely need a Tuxedo Bowser to complete that Tuxedo Mario and Wedding Peach set as well. Okay, time to dive into the actual new costumes, starting with probably the easiest source for this kind of thing, power-ups. They already changed the look of the characters after all, and have for as long as the series existed, yet for some reason we have not seen a single one of these in the game yet. This is of course a category where Thor already snatched up the main ones, but there are plenty of fun ones still left to include. With the more silly tone of the game, with playable drivers like the Moo Moo Meadows cow and a Peepa, I think Frog Mario would be a great inclusion. It's such a goofy look, it fits right in with the rest. If you go by Super Mario Maker 2 colors, then Frog Luigi would probably be a better option, seeing as that game changes Frog Mario's multiplayer color to red, but of course this costume has to be green. But spreading out the costumes among more characters than just Mario is definitely a priority of mine here. Why give Mario every power-up when other characters wear them as well and have a lot less material to draw from? Keeping that reasoning in mind, I think Toad should be getting the boomerang and propeller look. Both originate from games he, or members of his species at least, were playable in, so it would fit right in. And that frees up Mario for outfits based on Cloud Mario, for example, from Galaxy 2. The transformations from Super Mario Bros. Wonder I would give to Daisy to celebrate her inclusion in a mainline Mario game, which would give her costumes based on the Drill Mushroom and Bubble Flower looks, as well as of course Elephant Daisy. I'd be shocked if Mario Kart World ends its lifespan without an elephant costume. Since we already have Ice Mario from the Galaxy titles, let's give New Super Mario Bros.' Ice power up to Luigi instead. There is actually already a precedent for this, as Mario Kart Arcade GP DX featured an Ice Luigi based on the NSMB Wii version of the power-up. B Mario would also be a fun inclusion, but for all we know it might technically already be in, just worn by a character we've never seen it wear before. Wario appears to have a bee costume, so I guess this one is already in. If you've been paying close attention, you might have noticed I have been completely ignoring Peach for this little section, despite her being playable in plenty of the games these power-ups hail from. And the reason for that is because for her, there are a ton of good options to pick from Princess Peach Showtime. So much so even that adding all of them would be a little much, so we'll have to make some tough decisions here. Personally, I think the focus should be on outfits that feel as different from what is already there as possible. So with that train of thought, I've landed on adding Detective, Sword Fighter, Patissier, Mighty, and either Kung Fu or Ninja Peach. Those 5 feel like a decent and diverse selection, although I am then of course leaving out Figure Skater, which is definitely unique. I just don't think it looks as cool as the others. Master Thief is a fantastic look, but overlaps a little with Detective and Sword Fighter, while Cowgirl is a similar fit to what characters like Pauline have had in Thor, and she needs costumes more than Peach. And Mermaid is not too different from a regular swimsuit look. But like I kinda brought up with Pauline there, let's add some costumes for characters we haven't really covered much and are seemingly a little limited in their options, like Pauline. Her mayor's outfit from Odyssey is a must, I'd say, and she'd also be a great character to dip into sports games a little. Give her an outfit based on Mario Strikers Battle League or Mario Golf Super Rush, she's the perfect candidate for it. Same with Birdo for Mario Strikers and Waluigi for Super Rush. They don't exactly have a ton of options for costumes that are actually based on something, so you have to strike when the iron is hot. Bowser Jr. is another character with not a ton of options, so I definitely wouldn't be against costumes based on Super Rush and Strikers for him too, but I think Wonder Bowser Jr. would also be a very cool one. It's quite different from how he normally looks, so it adds quite some diversity. For Rosalina, I also want to tap into that sports pool, but since I feel like elegance is quite an important element of her character, I don't think Strikers is the best fit. Instead, I would look at her design for the last 2 Mario Tennis games. I think Daisy should also get a costume based on how she looks here, simply because it feels quite generically sporty, and that suits her personality quite well. 2 birds with 1 stone, sort of. Same goes for Waluigi, the perfect candidate for a tennis costume really, considering his history. Next, let's look at some options for the 3 classic heavyweights, Bowser, Wario and Donkey Kong. DK is definitely the most difficult of the trio right now, since his redesign is brand new and I don't think references to costumes he wore with his past country design are likely for the time being. Fortunately, we have already seen Donkey wearing a costume in the early material for Bonanza, like a set of jeans with suspenders and a mining hat, and I wouldn't be surprised if there are a couple more that would serve as great options for Mario Kart World as well. It's too early to be able to tell you what they are though. For Bowser, I think Thor has already covered the absolute essentials, like Meowser, the Tuxedo and Dry Bowser. He's another character where a Striker's look would suit very well, since it has a more threatening vibe to it. I prefer that over his Golf Super Rush outfit personally. Fury Bowser would be a very interesting and cool costume, but also the first one in this video which wouldn't make full sense, seeing as Fury Bowser is of course absolutely enormous. Scaled down, it would still look awesome, that's not the problem, but whether Nintendo would actually do that, I'm not entirely sure. What they definitely won't do, but I speak for everyone when I say it would be awesome, is Dark Bowser from Bowser's Inside Story. Except for the hair, this is basically just a simple recolor of Bowser, so it shouldn't actually be too hard or anything. I just don't expect Nintendo to reach for a one-time form from a 15-year-old game. But hey, everyone would love it, that's for sure. As for Wario, by far the most obvious and logical one probably will not happen, and that is Wario's biker look from WarioWare. This is literally an outfit that is in Mario Kart World, a biker look for Wario, but unfortunately it isn't his WarioWare look. It's a real shame. Perhaps it can still appear in the future with the name WarioWare Wario or something. We haven't seen Wario's sunny, tropical look yet though, so his appearance in the latest WarioWare Move It is still on the table as an option. Would be great to finally get another nod to WarioWare in Mario Kart after the Wario bike appeared in Mario Kart Wii. Another great source for potential costumes for Wario is Master of Disguise. Now, this game is forgotten as hell, so it will never happen. But there are some really fun possible inclusions here, like Thief Wario, Cosmic Wario, Artsy Wario, Genius Wario, Wicked Wario and Dragon Wario. The Wario Land sub-series unfortunately doesn't have a ton of great options, since these costume changes are too minor to really stand out, but if we really want some representation, I'd say Zombie Wario is probably the most fun inclusion. We're almost through what I would consider the main cast now, and yet we haven't even talked about Yoshi once. And part of that is for good reason. He basically never wears clothes and already has a ton of different color options, which basically covers this for him. One costume that I would really like to see though hails from the Nintendo 64 days, from Mario Party 2. I've purposefully kinda ignored the costumes characters use in this game, mostly because they aren't very personalized, but I think a few of them would be great options for Yoshi especially. The other characters have better options, Yoshi doesn't. His pirate outfit from this game is a must in my opinion. It's super cute and it's what he wears in official artwork and such, so it feels more linked to him than the other options. That said, I definitely wouldn't pass up Wizard Yoshi and his little wand or Cowboy Yoshi. Surely it hasn't passed you by that Mario Kart World adds a ton of random little creatures, enemies and mooks to the roster, and while I don't expect we'll see Moo Moo with a hat or Conker with a comically large scarf, I do think some of these enemies have some costume potential. Koopa and Goomba definitely need a winged option to represent their para brothers, with Koopa of course needing different colored shell options. For Penguin, I'm hoping and expecting a royal outfit based on the Penguin King from the Mario movie. That feels like a very fitting inclusion. For Pianta, different colors would be nice, but what will be even cooler is a suit to reference the Pianta Syndicate from Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door. Dolphin, Piranha Plant, Nabbit, Koopa, Lakitu and Goomba were all included as playable characters in Dr. Mario World, and so are all options for Dr. costumes. Don't think any of them will happen, let alone all, but it shows there are at least options even if you might not think there are. Different colored Cheep Cheeps, so green and purple, feel like shoo-ins, as do different forms of Piranha Plants and Pokies. Both have dry versions, Pokies have green and snow variants, and Piranha Plants have a ton really, but the most pressing ones I would say are the purple variants from Yoshi's Island and Fire Piranha Plants as seen since Mario 3D World. Shy Guys are in a similar boat as Yoshi, with the main focus being their coloring, but out of the many Shy Guy variants in existence, I think the most likely one is Spear Guys and Fly Guys, the most common Shy Guy forms. Especially Spear Guy feels quite likely somehow. It could just be Shy Guy's jungle theme outfit. And that's about where I want to leave things off for this video. With how many looks and outfits we've seen over the entire Mario series, you could genuinely make this video go on for hours and hours, but I think I've tackled the most necessary ones here. Which outfits would you love to see in Mario Kart World? Share it in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like and subscribe to the channel to stay updated on all my future Mario content coming up. For now, thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of your day.